Alright, so here we have a very stripped down Word file where we got H1 header for a chapter, H2 for a section, which is going to be the example race, and H3 for the features inside of that race. And then we have our next H2 for the subrace and the various features. What we're going to do with this is we actually aren't going to need these. If the languages in that stay the same and the height stays the same, you're not going to need that. So we're going to be left with a new walking speed and some different features. I'm going to Control S to save this. I'm going to exit out of that. And then we're going to bring up Shard, and we're going to new book, import book, where did I put that? Oh, yep, there we go. Example race import, Shazam. Great. Alright, now we've imported our DOCX file, our Word file, for Google Docs. They both use DOCX. Alright, so you can see H1 gave us a new chapter, H2 gave us our section, and then the H3 gave us all of our subsections, right? Easy enough. So let's go to our example race, and we are going to convert to a race. Typical conversion window. I'm going to open it up to check it out. You note that size is medium. This is marked as do not display because flavor text. Pulled the speed, and Shard read the information. Was like, oh, you want 30 feet? You get 30 feet. Age is just flavor, which of course we'd want to not display on the character sheet because that's just flavor. Languages, you note that the Word file said common +1. Shard tends to just pick up the common, so we need to come in here and it picks up the common, but instead of default we would want anyone, so it would give us anyone plus common, and we save, and then we can click to change the auto set description. So now we read common plus one other language. And then our example features, Shard's not going to build the user action for you. That would require a lot more automation, and honestly wouldn't be reliable. So it's up to you to do that. The traits and the flaws did not end up in the character descriptions. They ended up as features. So you would need to come in and set up your traits and flaws, if I could type. And we'll just grab them, paste them in. Oh, we got extra carriage returns. There we go. And flaw. Save. Shazam. Now we got those. So we can delete that and delete that. And now we have our, well, let's double check on it. Do we want our base race to be selectable or not? That's an important piece of information. I'm going to say and that depends on the specific type of race, like elves, dwarves, humans. Depends on what you want to go for. Typically I'm more of the not selectable type, so that you pick a base race and then you have to pick your variation of it. Versus if it's selectable, you can just be the base race, and variations you don't have to pick them. Alright, so we're gonna make this one where you have to choose a variation. We're gonna make it for OG5E, and we're gonna click keep an update. Now this updates. Now we'll go to, we'll set up our subrace. We're gonna tell it convert. And we're going to convert it to a subrace, and it's going to say which one. Well, we got our brand new example subrace. Now you'll note that it pulled in, it gets to keep the the stuff from the base race, which is speed, size, age, language, feature 1 and feature 2. You notice speed from the subrace got picked up. You notice it did not pull the information properly, and that is because the base race has that's size, not speed. The base race has the one set up, so Shard's not going to give you two separate speeds. So we'd want to come here and just say set that to 40, because we're saying our other one's going to be that, and then I'll just change the description like that, save it, trash that one, and now we got our example feature, other features. Since these are going to essentially be their replacements, 3 and 4 are replacements for 1 and 2, we just delete 1 and 2, get to keep everything else. Still has the traits and the flaws, and also going to be for that. Save, keep an update, done editing. Let's go to my creations. Now if we look at races, we've got example race is, here, lets you know that this is the base race, because you have this drop down menu here. And then if we click the subrace, you don't have that drop down menu. That way, therefore, you know this is a subrace.